Out of 83 episodes, you are the first certified executive coach to have on. Now, we've had coaches and all that, but you're the first certified one. So I want to dig deep on a couple of
And that means nothing, just so you know.
Okay.
Someone certified me.
A
very famous.
Somebody big.
Yeah, someone
certified
big.
you.
But he could have certified you if you were a friend.
There you go. So among your best clients, okay, so I want to kind of go two different angles.
That's where it lies. That's where the credibility lies, my clients.
Your clients. So among your best clients, what do you think are the biggest struggles, and what advice do you give your clients on how to overcome those struggles?
It's simple. Ego is the biggest. Understanding there's a truth consciousness and an ego consciousness, and how to practice ending fear, getting back to center quickly, knowing when you're in the need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, and in a trajectory that you don't want to be in and accelerating in that trajectory. Where I coach the most people to their success, billionaire, star Hall of Famers, all the way down to the startup, is I have them practice ending fear. Number one, be aware of when you're in ego-based consciousness. And two, learn how to stop, drop, and roll out of it into the trajectory of truth.
So how do you, so I'm going to, I'm very open about this stuff. So I go through that, right? I'll look at something and I could say, let's say I can conquer it, right? And then sometimes I look at it and I say, is it my ego talking, or is it my actual self-belief that I can do it? And so you'll have
both,
right? Or both, right? So I go through that with my wife, and my wife. We're partners in crime, right? And I look at her, and she goes, "Stop! It's not your ego. You have the capability to do it. Go for it." But I'm the one saying, "I don't know. I don't know if it's my ego. I don't know if it's."
See, the ego is more the fear that you don't know. That's
okay. No. Please
go. So for you,
I don't take it personal.
Go
for it.
It wasn't not even personal. The ego is that you're not sure. That's the ego creating fear. Practice ending fear, I would tell you. If you have the capability to do everything that you want to do, the fact that you're having a conversation going, is that my ego? Because why are you saying is it the ego? Because you're afraid you can't do it. You're doubting yourself. You're voting for something you don't want. You're creating a void, shortage, or obstacle that doesn't even exist. Of course you're capable of doing it. The only thing that stands between, everything already exists between you and what you want is you. And so when I could teach people to get out of their own way, to understand and be aware of these subtle points of, hold on, ego in your mind is more machismo, confidence, overzealous, what most people think. Ego is the opposite, is fear. Ego is a separation. It's the need to be inferior, superior, or separate. And when you start thinking that way, you're someone easy I could train. I double the amount of money that you make because I could have you go ahead and understand your capabilities are unlimited when you get out of your own way and stop putting energy into what you don't want, which is, I'm not really sure. I'm actually trying to be humble. You know what humble is? Humble is gracious, forgiving, and accountable. Humble is illuminating that you're not sure how to do it yet, but you can do it. Because that's really what you're getting at with your wife. You know you can do it, man. You just don't know how to do it yet. But like Bob Proctor taught me, that's the easy part. When you start allowing it to happen, as long as I stay consistent, persistent in the pursuit of that, I know eventually it will happen in the right way at the perfect time. That's where my confidence comes from. That's how I've been able to accelerate my success the second half of my career compared to forcing it like a bull in a china shop the first half.